What up guys, it's FanService Renji. Let's talk about long distance conventional relationships. As some of you know, I currently live in Los Angeles, but I'm originally from a suburb in Western Michigan. As with any nice Midwest suburb, great place to get old, great place to have kids and then die. If you're like me and you want to be an entertainer, an artist, or work in anything creative, not the place for you. After spending most of my life in the suburbs, I really couldn't pull myself to date anyone locally anymore. Main reason being, I had a severe case of the sloppy second syndrome. At some point in a small suburban town, everyone dates everyone. Your dream girl may be the ex of your arch enemy. You take it one step further into adulthood. Now your dream girl is the baby mama of your arch enemy. When you live in a small town like I did, there's nothing but drama that follows dating someone's ex. It may not necessarily come from the ex themselves, but it's gonna come from someone they know or someone you know. Most of my relationships in my adult life have been long distance, 3 hours or more. Naturally, when it comes to dating, you want to date someone with similar interests. A good place to meet some of these people is at the nerdy events that you already attend. Only problem is people travel from all over to come to these events. It's awesome when you meet someone, but then it sucks to find out that they live so far away from you. And that's why I'm making this video. I want to help you make that potential long distance relationship successful. The first thing you got to consider is, can you afford it? Anyone that's been in a long distance relationship will tell you that it's definitely an investment. Talking on the phone or talking online will only get you so far. At some point, you have to interact with these people in real life to see who they really are. Number 2, be realistic with the distance. If they live in another state, another country, halfway around the world, you're asking for a really big financial burden that may not be worth it. If you don't know what limit to set for yourself, then follow the rules that I did. If I couldn't drive there in the morning, in an afternoon, I wouldn't pursue it. Pretty much 5 hours one way was where I cut it off. I knew for a fact if the trip wasn't drivable, I couldn't afford to fly. Deal breaker. Number 3, the frequency of visits. As with any investments, you need to commit. In this case, you have to commit to how many times a month you see each other. Are you going to see each other once a week? Once a month? Whatever you decide, do not break from that commitment. Here's why that is important. By not breaking this schedule, you're making this person and this relationship one of the most important things in your life. What happens when you start missing these visits, you start making excuses on why you missed them. As for myself, our arrangement was twice a month because we live 3 hours apart. On one trip, I would go see her, and on the next trip, she would come see me. Since we're both freelance artists / entertainers, there were certain weeks where we couldn't leave our hometown. You kinda gotta take the jobs when they come, but that still wasn't an excuse not to see each other. For example, if it was my week to go see her, but I was booked for a gig and couldn't leave town, she would come see me. The exception was, I would pay for her trip to come see me since it was technically my week to pay to go see her. That way we still kept on our schedule, we still saw each other every other week. The following week, she would still come see me as scheduled. Number 4, setting boundaries. Because it's a long distance relationship, it's gonna take a little more effort to make work. It also may take a little bit of thinking out the box. I know it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, but you really gotta discuss the physical boundaries. You guys can't always be there with each other, so you're gonna have some physical needs and desires. With that said, you gotta decide if you and your long distance significant other are completely monogamous. If you're not 100% completely monogamous, then you need to discuss what you can and can't do. Is it okay if they hug people? Are they allowed to cuddle? Can they make out with someone? Can they go as far as having sex with someone as long as they're not emotionally attached? Those are honest questions you have to ask yourself. Before I get the comments out there asking,
how would you feel if your significant other was out there hooking up with other people?
If hooking up with other people were within the boundaries that we set to begin with, I'd be fine with it. I've been in polygamous relationships, I've been in open relationships. They all worked out fine for the most part. The key thing was open communication. Number 5, trust. By this point, you have committed to this relationship. You've decided that this person is worth the investment. You have to sit back and completely trust them 100%. If you don't have 100% faith, then this relationship is never gonna work out. You're just gonna waste so much time and so much effort wondering if they're cheating on you or doing you wrong. The distance between two people isn't what makes people cheat. That person can be sleeping in the bed with you every night and still cheat on you that same night in your own living room. If you're easily a jealous person, then don't even try it. It's either all or nothing with long distance relationships. Number 6, pre-date and pre-screen them. What I mean by this is get all the must-know information you need from them. Ask them those hard-hitting questions right away. Great examples are, do you want kids? What do you want to do with your life? If you want kids and they don't, that's kind of a deal breaker. If they want to be an international terrorist and topple governments while you want to be a law-abiding tax-paying citizen, that might be a deal breaker. Better to know these things now. It's kind of hard to break up with an international terrorist that has toppled 16 governments. Number 7, talk to the person. Because you can't physically be together, it's very important that you interact in real time. Talk on the phone or video call each other as much as you can. Hearing certain tones in someone's voice or seeing their facial expressions will really help you see who they really are. It's too easy to hide who you are via text or email. Number 8, set your long distance relationship goals. What's the end game? You guys have been dating successfully long distance for months now. Are you guys gonna continue just to be long distance? Are you gonna move to where they are, or are they gonna move to where you are? Say you live on the East Coast, but after college they wanna move to California. Are you willing to make that work? If not, are you okay knowing that this relationship is temporary until they finish school? Why I use that example? Because I was in that situation. I had just moved to Chicago and started dating someone. I told my significant other that Chicago was just a temporary stop for me. I'm gonna be here for 3 to 4 years, but then I'm going to Los Angeles. Regardless of how good my relationship was, even if this person was the one, my soulmate, I was still gonna pack up and go to Los Angeles because that was one of my dreams in life. Are one of you willing to pack up and go where the other one wants to go? Or are you willing to just let it end? Anyways guys, I hope this video was helpful for those of you out there considering long distance relationships, as long as you're willing to put in all the effort that is necessary. Good luck on your dating adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I'm FanService Renji and I'll see you guys next time.